Hey there! So in today's video, we're going to talk deeper about how to overcome toxic perfectionism because it's probably the main culprit in sabotaging your treatment goals in finding pain relief and powerful pleasure. And I'll share with you two of the most powerful actions that my clients say help them reduce the impact of toxic perfectionism. And if you're wondering what is the part one, we talked about 3 ways that toxic perfectionism is sabotaging treatment goals. So make sure you check that out. And also, don't forget to subscribe because I provide a lot more powerful, impactful content on pain relief and powerful pleasure from an expert who has been in your shoes. I'm Kana Cassard, and I've been helping vulva owners and couples recover from the impact of pelvic pain, lack of arousal, or intimacy issues since 2006. Now, in today's video, we're talking about perfectionism, and like I said, hopefully you checked out part 1 where I talk about the 3 main ways perfectionism sabotages your treatment goals and how to overcome each of those. Now, today, I'm going to go in depth about 2 more and even a special bonus at the end. So, there's perfectionism, which might present as a high achievement driven individual, as I like to call it, which might be, if you identify with this, it might be the reason that you're so good at your job, being a parent or a skilled artist or athlete. But if you have pelvic pain, it's not likely going to be your friend and can actually even get in the way of relief and powerful pleasure. And this is what I call toxic perfectionism. So the 2 things that I think are going to be that definitely need to get addressed and that my clients say are the 2 things that they have had to undo in their process has been redefining what success means, redefining what their goals are, and then also learning how to regulate their nervous system while they're doing good enough. So let me go into depth more about those. Redefining success, I have this idea of like pelvic pain is what is going to be success. Now, if we don't have little goals set up on our way there, then it's going to be a really long process. But also, one of the things that is really powerful in this work of pelvic pain relief and powerful pleasure is redefining that idea of success, that pain without, sex without pain is the thing that I need. When we expect ourselves to reach that goal without giving ourselves the possibility of flexibility, that might be something like mostly having pain without sex is a great goal. Or having connected, intimate sex, maybe even without penetration is actually the new goal. Now, that you might be saying, well, wait a minute, I just want to have pain-free intercourse. I totally get it. And I'm not saying remove that as a goal. I'm just saying let's create a lot of possibilities in which you are successful, because that process in and of itself is what actually helps my clients get to being pain-free. And so we talk in depth about this kind of work, but that's kind of the overarching idea of how to redefine success so that you give you give yourself a chance to be successful and achieve all of these other goals that are really, really, really important as well, thereby getting you to the ultimate goal of pain-free intercourse. Now, the second thing is learn how to regulate your nervous system while doing good enough. So if you're a perfectionist, you're likely like A student, maybe A+ student, and that the idea of getting B+ or even a B, or like heaven forbid a C- is like just, we can't even fathom it. It just like makes us like bleh. So the thing is though, if you think about college or sometimes even in high school, having a B was going to be sufficient and like totally fine, and you still got your degree and you still learned a lot of things, but it's just for whatever reason didn't perform on the test in that way. Now, if we can apply that sense of like good enough to treatment and to life in general, it really helps reduce the tension that our bodies experience when we're trying to engage in pain relief techniques or in pleasure building techniques. So that might look like if you notice that your brain is kind of spinning on, oh, I didn't do my dilators this week, or I didn't put my creams on as much, just simply noticing that spiral, checking in with yourself and saying, hey, I understand these are some patterns that I'm used to doing because I am typically an A+ student. And so when I do less than anything, like less than A+, then I feel overwhelmed with anxiety. Just like understand and love, lots of compassion to yourself, that these are patterns that have been built over time and you're working your way through unpairing those expectations that are just absolutely too high. And so having that loving compassion and then breathing or noticing a place that's neutral or pleasant in your body, even if it's like the tiniest part, like your earlobe, and just spending a little bit of time noticing that sense of neutral. That can really help your body start to learn that good enough is actually good enough, and that you don't need to be living in this state of chronic fight or flight in toxic perfectionism. So now here's the bonus tip that I have for you, is that try not to look at treatment as like doing hours and hours and hours of work weekly, because you'll get burnt out and it just won't be sustainable. Instead, the important thing is to do small but powerful and consistent effort. That will pay off more in the end than dedicating your entire free time to pelvic pain treatment. So now today we talked about 2 ways to take overcoming toxic perfectionism deeper. It's tough and you might need a licensed professional to help with it, but redefining success and using nervous system regulation while doing good enough and making your efforts consistent, just those alone you'll be on your way to removing perfectionism as an obstacle in your treatment. Now, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll keep getting good content, but also the YouTube powers that be will see that this content is relevant and important, and will get in front of people looking for relief like you. So help me help them get better access to expert and specialized knowledge. So just make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.